This week, I figured I'd do a little bit of a narrated review of Stage 4, since we got there a bunch more times this past week, just to get everybody a little bit more comfortable.
Middle, push boss.
Okay.
Let's draw a totem.
Yeah, move the totems. Move your totems.
Okay, that's done.
Yep, keep knocking them back.
So unfortunately, on this pull, we found ourselves with 2 meteors, which is not such a big deal. It is manageable, but it's a lot more work and it requires a lot of coordination amongst the whole raid. Here's where things start to break down. What needs to happen here is when the meteors are fixated on a raider, the raider needs to swing away from the rest of the raid in one direction, where the raid moves the opposite direction to get to the frost patch, like so. The reason to do this is to make sure that those meteors don't get into the frost patch too early. If the meteor hits the frost patch too early, it's an automatic wipe, which is exactly what happened to us this past week.
No, don't knock those back.
That way!
That's white. Not kiting that, get us to the lip.
Recall your totems. Zadrak, you're guiding.
Throw me a mite if you can.
You gotta get. No, you're fine. I recalled totems. Where do you want them?
Go. You want him right on the lava patch, right under him.
Damn it.
Okay. Well, they're right now.
Heroes, he is bound. Finish him.
Alright, start the knockbacks.
Frost
patch 1.
This is where Cenarius fucked us over once again, where he throws the frost patch really just next to our living meteor. Fortunately, we're only dealing with one meteor on this pool. Unfortunately, this is a long run to go from where Ragnaros is in the middle of his pool to where the frost patch ends up, and you'll see that it really just kills our raid with all the damage from the dot.
Where's
Frost patch on square.
Do not knock back. Do not knock back.
Where do you want me to go?
Just back. Fuck.
Stack high.
No. Get one tank in the snow.
Stack high. Cloudburst.
Now you're gonna get to the ice patch.
Get on cover.
Stack.
At this point, it's pretty clear it's a wipe. We lost Ritz, and we lost pretty much all the raid to the dot damage that went out. 20 stacks of superheated is ridiculous. Some things we could do in the future to help mitigate. One, I had lay hands I could have probably thrown on Ritz to keep him alive. And then, of course, we had Aura Mastery up, which probably would have been useful here for such a long run. But we did pick up on that, at least on the next pull, where we made it to stage 4. But really here, it's really unlucky to get such a long run from the center of Ragnaros to out here. The other thing that might be helpful is the Feral Druid popping his AoE movement speed boost. That'll help us get to the Frost Patch quicker. All these things combined, I think, will help us mitigate this from happening to us again.
Yeah. Okay.
Nope.
Here comes the meteor. Here comes
Lost
the
many.
meteor.
Nope, just wait. Stop.
Yeah, we just lost everybody. How?
Who's pushing this?
Oh, made him.
Frost in one.
Frost patch 1.
Where is it?
Aura Mastery right now. It's good.
Frost patch, yeah, under melee. Range, you gotta go. Who's still
What do I do? Do I just boost bubble or something?
No.
Get in the frost patch, Wolfie.
Cloudburst.
Get in the frost patch.
Just, yeah.
Okay, got the cloudburst. Just gonna be running around, I guess.
Reach coming out now, Tech.
Where's the green?
It's all the way
Yeah,
past
start
square.
running. Start running.
At this point in the fight, things are going fairly smoothly. We had Nilth go ahead and pick up the cloud burst thing to fight the little swirly flames that are going to start popping around up all over the battle map. And Cenarius, he threw his green patch kind of far away, but it's still manageable. What Takano needs to do is just taunt Ragnaros whenever he starts to empower his sulfurous attack. And that way, Ragnaros will walk into the green patch, which will throw some entangling thorns around him and then disable that attack. The problem is, if Ragnaros ends up attacking with an empowered sulfurous, it's an automatic wipe. The other complication here is that Takano will be so far out from the rest of the raid that heals won't be able to reach him. Things we could do to think about mitigating this in the future is having a healer go out with him so that the healer can focus heals on him, and then the second healer who's comfortably in the frost patch can heal both the healer and the rest of the raid. And then once Ragnaros is in the thorns, at that point Takano can bubble himself out. But he doesn't want to bubble too soon, because then that'll cancel the taunt, and then Ragnaros won't get entangled to vines, and he might hit somebody with his hammer.
What do I need to do with this meteor?
You're fine.
When do I
Frost
taunt?
patch 2.
When he starts channeling. Now. No.
Now.
Everyone else stay in the frost patch. Attack, use bubble if you have to.
Infect.
Battle res him.
Here's another critical moment. Unfortunately, we did lose Tack to the dot damage, but at this point, Cenarius is stuck in the vines. His empowered sulfurous attack has been disabled, so we don't need to worry about that anymore. And now we got 2 frost patches. So at this point in the fight, it is critical that we get rid of the meteor that's chasing one of our raiders. The way that we do this is we drag it into the frost patch the raid is currently standing in, and then the second that the meteor gets frozen, we gotta melt it down. And we only get 10 seconds of it being frozen. So all of the ranged, all of the DPS that we can throw into it reasonably needs to get done for us to get rid of that meteor mechanic.
Alright, stop knocking back. Stop
The
knocking
meteor
back.
come to the frost.
Do you guys want to?
Nope.
Guys?
Bring it to the frost.
Bring it to the frost. Stop knocking it back. Rash, get out. Everybody leave. Everybody go to the other frost patch in the north.
So at this point, now that the meteor is frozen, the DPS needs to peel off the boss and kill that meteor. You see the little timer here that says 10 seconds? That's all the time we get to destroy that meteor. And it is so critical that we get rid of it so that it's one less mechanic to worry about, and then it's almost a free kill. Range to kill the meteor, please.
All ranged.
Frost patch 3.
There's no battle resistant kind of.
So here's where Cenarius really fucked us. If you'll note in the bottom left corner of the screen, he threw the green patch right under Ragnaros' right foot. So this is really unfortunate because Ragnaros immediately gets thorned, which means that once he empowers up his sulfurous attack, there is nothing to stop it. The only thing that can really stop his empowered sulfurous attack is having someone taunt the boss other than the tank and lure him into that green patch so that the entangling vines hits him after his sulfurous hammer is empowered. The other way that it's possible to mitigate this is to taunt bounce. So where a player, it doesn't matter if it's Wolfie or Takano or whoever, taunts the boss off of Ritz, and then you play kind of volleyball, and you can't let the boss hit you with an empowered sulfurous hammer until once again another green patch is thrown down on the ground. Although we failed to kill the meteor, that's not a raid wipe. It's just it's unfortunate that we have to continue to deal with the meteor while dealing with Ragnaros as well. This was otherwise a very close to a kill. It was a very clean up until this point, but Cenarius really fucked us over here. And I'm not sure that there was much that we could do on the fly like this. Ritz could have theoretically pulled him out of that green patch a little further so that he wasn't standing in it. But even then, the boss would have had to behave and followed Ritz out. out of the green patch, which there's no real guarantee that he would do, depending on what ability he was using at the time.
Fuck.
Wolfie, can you get him?
Where do we need to be?
Stay on there, stay on there, stay on there.
Not close enough, I guess.
Nope, that's a wipe.
No. Is it?
Did
Yep,
kill the
it's a wipe.
meteor.
It's a wipe.
Man, the meteor came out so long ago.
Nope, he's gonna get me, and it's a wipe.